And so for that reason, I'm like, look, a championship is a championship. It's hard to do, so no asterisk. That said, all championships are not created equal. Anything possible! This is for you!
The comments are a dangerous place, a hazardous loop of disingenuous jabs and rage bait disguised as discourse. They'll point out free throw differential right after a game winner, undercut an MVP with pristinely cherry-picked research, and of course discount a ring by highlighting a contextual advantage. You've probably read the one-sentence dismissals before. In fact, you likely saw them under every post congratulating the Thunder on their title. Maybe you've even typed one. We're not here to judge. We've all seen it. Fakest ring of all time, Mickey Mouse run, any other verbal assault that more or less equates to placing a noticeable asterisk next to their place in NBA history. Shockingly, Sam Presti, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Adam Silver have yet to respond. Then again, these aren't exactly novel complaints. In reality, we've seen this same outrage after the Celtics in 24, matter of fact the Nuggets in 2023, and the Warriors in 2022. It's a tradition. Every champ gets cooked before the champagne dries. Every final series for the last half decade, we've searched the bottom of social media posts only to find more bitterness than a break room full of unpaid interns. Unfortunately for those well-intentioned critics, context does not invalidate an accomplishment. Every champion in every league since the dawn of competition itself has benefited from some form of luck, fortune, or fate, injuries, uneven rosters, unusual logistics. That's all part of the game. Some of the many hurdles we judge athletes against. Think about it for a second. Close your eyes and think back to the farthest NBA season you could remember. What was the last champion we couldn't disqualify in some type of way? Go ahead and let us know in the comments. Just know that we reserve the right to respond in extremely bad faith. Some of you probably believe us at this point, but some of you definitely don't. Usually we chalk that up to the unavoidable communication chasm and move on. But it's the off season, and we're feeling argumentative. So we're gonna prove our point with the same kind of biased detail and contrived reason that comment sections love. We're gonna go year by year for the last 15 seasons to contextually dull the shine of every Larry O'Brien trophy raised since the Nike Elite Socks and Neon Dry Fit crowded basketball gyms. Welcome to Half Past Noon ruins your favorite title. The 2025 OKC Thunder. So let's start with the freshest wound. Game 7 against the Nuggets looked like a deleted scene from The Walking Dead. MPJ had a shoulder hanging on by kinesiology tape, and Aaron Gordon was running on one hamstring and pure resolve. Then in the finals, they beat the Pacers, with Tyrese Halliburton tearing his Achilles in Game 7 after a blazing start from the point guard. 2 coin flip series, both flipped by injuries. Regular season dominance doesn't matter. This banner's got an asterisk embroidered into the stitching. The 2024 Boston Celtics. The best team in the league, with one of the best net ratings in modern basketball history. This team needed a miracle to face a fully healthy squad. The Celtics marched through an Eastern Conference held together by ankle tape and prayers, beating the Heat without Jimmy Butler, the Cavs without Donovan Mitchell, and then the Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton. 3 straight duels with sidekicks cosplaying as heroes. That trial by fire led to a 4-1 finals victory over a limping Luka Doncic. Luck of the Irish doesn't save them here. The 2023 Nuggets. Jokic put on a playoff performance for the ages against a collection of nearly all play-in teams. First came the 8-seed Timberwolves, led by Anthony Edwards, who was still wearing number 1. Then the 4-seeded Suns, held together by jumpers, duct tape, and Landry Shamet. And finally the 7-seeded Lakers, desperately hoping that a finally healthy Anthony Davis could stop the Joker without any real help. By the time the finals rolled around, the Heat were powered exclusively by friendship and caffeine, resulting in the Nuggets' first championship without facing a team better than a 4-seed. Wipe the shot clock grenades and casual 30, 15, and 10s from your memory. This one's going back in the vault. The 2022 Golden State Warriors. the birth of the night-night celebration, the emotional peak of a legendary career, all allowed by a march through a Western Conference infirmary. The Warriors beat a Nuggets team without Jamal Murray in round 1. Then came the Grizzlies, who lost Ja Morant mid-series and saw their offense sputter into nothingness. And finally, a Mavs team that arrived 2 years too early in the conference finals. That absurd display of shot-making in TD Garden might be safe, but this ring is not. Golden State had the luxury of borderline breaks and a test of endurance. Plus, Klay Thompson nearly took out a woman at the parade. Injuries that bounced their way and domestic terrorism are more than enough to asterisk this one. The 2021 Bucks. Okay, so we know this one's sacred. Giannis dropped 50 in a closeout game. He couldn't hit a free throw all postseason and then made 17 in the finals. It felt immortal. But if Kevin Durant wears a size 17 shoe, we're not having this conversation. The Nets were playing without Kyrie and a one hamstring James Harden. And let's not forget about the setting. Half capacity arenas, COVID restrictions, no real home court edge. A surreal season played in front of cardboard cutouts and healthcare workers. Championships aren't supposed to be won in plague-ridden simulations of society. You know the drill. The 2020 Lakers. I mean, do we even have to explain this one? The bubble, a basketball experiment so bizarre it felt like an HBO miniseries. No fans, no travel, and no distractions. Just empty gyms, hotel room ping pong, and Jimmy Butler scamming everyone with $20 coffee. The Lakers stayed locked in while everyone else slowly lost their minds. The Clippers combusted. The Bucks forgot how to play basketball. And somehow the Heat made the finals by putting their faith and determination in zone defense. LeBron's dominance is entirely nullified by the lab rat treatment that ground his opponents to dust, while the world's most stable man simply kept his stride. Rings are about basketball, not mental fortitude. The 2019 Raptors. To their credit, the Raptors' run through the East is inarguable. Kawhi gave Sixer fans just enough hope to plunge them into lasting despair. Then they handled Giannis by teaching him the power of packing the paint. But in the finals, they won the war of attrition, beating the corpse of a Warriors team that was falling to pieces physically and mentally. Kevin Durant tore his Achilles in Game 5. Klay Thompson tore his ACL in Game 6. And earlier that season, Draymond fractured any hope of team chemistry. That left the Warriors with just 2 of their 4 All-Stars, huddles filled with awkward silences, and a dangerous reliance on Quinn Cook pull-ups. But yeah, that's clearly enough to qualify for an asterisk. The 2018 Warriors. The Monstars would have lost in 6 games to this Warriors team. Kevin Durant on top of Steph, Klay, Draymond, and Iggy. With 1 year under their belt, they looked dangerous enough to have been funded by Lockheed Martin. Expecting any NBA team to match this kind of firepower was ridiculous. And we knew that from opening night, even without that outrageous talent gap. The Rockets nearly pulled off the upset in the conference finals, a stacked roster without clear postseason dominance. The 2017 Warriors. The moment Kevin Durant signed with a 73-9 Warriors team, the season shouldn't have counted. The 2016 Cavs. The unanimous MVP, the 73-9 Death Star, a 3-1 lead in the finals, and somehow LeBron and Kyrie flipped the script like they were writing the ending in real time. It felt mythical, but this video is about ruining your favorite title. So Draymond Green got suspended for Game 5 because he couldn't resist his natural instinct to karate chop groins. Then Andrew Bogut's knee locked up forever. Andre Iguodala's back started cashing all 70 years of mileage. Finally, Steph looked run down from a lingering knee injury, and Game 6 was rigged. Ayesha Curry said so herself, and no one ever lies on Twitter. Sorry, Cleveland, your emotional journey means nothing to us. The title drought resumes. The 2015 Warriors. The birth of a dynasty, and we can say that because that run was childproofed. Kevin Durant spent most of the season watching from the sideline, allowing the Warriors to dodge their only remaining competition in the West. Then in the finals, they took on a Cleveland team with no Kyrie, no Kevin Love, just LeBron, Matthew Dellavedova, and the frozen hopes of a region accustomed to losing everything except a college football game. It was impressive, it was exciting, but let's not pretend it wasn't padded, clearly in need of an asterisk. The 2014 Spurs. This one's a shame. Who didn't love watching the Spurs team play basketball? Unfortunately, their parade was based on a sham. LeBron was playing his 4th straight 100-game season. Wade's knees were being held together by nostalgia, and Miami's center rotation featured a 34-year-old Rashard Lewis and a 35-year-old Birdman. And I almost forgot, Greg Popovich cut the AC in Game 1 to short-circuit LeBron's cybernetic upgrades. We've got no choice but to take this one away from the old guys. The 2013 Heat. How many lucky bounces does it take to dismiss a ring? The 2013 Heat were a dominant basketball team, and also one of the most fortunate finals teams in the history of the league. They were given new life thanks to one of the greatest rebounds of all time, as Tim Duncan inexplicably watched from the bench, and then defeated the Spurs in Game 7 after San Antonio forgot how to shoot down the stretch. Of course, they rolled the trophy out early. It would have taken a divine miracle for San Antonio to go home empty-handed, and somehow they did. There was some sinister South Beach magic behind this one. The 2012 Heat. Dwayne Wade in his prime, LeBron James at his physical peak, and Chris Bosh fully embracing his new role as a stretch 5. The NBA wasn't ready for this team. The East had no stars left to challenge the Big Three after everyone took their talents to South Beach. And the best the West could offer was a team full of children and Kendrick Perkins. This was not a championship. It was an essential win that staved off Skip Bayless killing LeBron with his bare hands. The 2011 Mavericks. And you thought this one was safe. It's not, but we definitely have our work cut out for us here. This run has a lot of things going for it. The shine of loyalty, the glamour of an underdog, even the beauty of battling back from adversity. Unfortunately, we're not here to appreciate it. We're here to slander it by any means necessary. We'll start with Miami's identity crisis. LeBron had never played with true co-stars before, and his understanding of when to defer and when to take over was a work in progress, to say the least. Then there's Jason Terry's deal with the devil, JJ Bare's Spanish sorcery, and Dirk's ancient German tutor that taught him the forbidden fadeaway. We said we're gonna act in bad faith. Now put an asterisk next to it. There you have it, the researched reasons why every ring won since 2011 should be redacted, asterisked, and forgotten about. Maybe now, with every parade rained on and every ceremony canceled, we can all agree that this is a zero-sum game, picking apart title runs like science fair projects and measuring each break under a historically competitive microscope. It feels arbitrary, it feels reductive, it throws out everything that isn't flawless, and that's not why we watch. The truth is, every trophy tarnishes under scrutiny, injuries happen, bad breaks shape the bracket. Every year, one lucky franchise benefits from a chain of decisions, actions, and timing that tilts the fate their way. Championships aren't about overpowering reality, they're about navigating it. Teams need possessed star performances, but they also need role players to catch fire, coaches to adjust, and every so often, the ball to bounce their way. We aren't dismissing any frustrations or invalidating any emotions. We get it. Watching a team you dislike benefit from fate is a unique kind of torture, but the longer you linger on it, the worse it gets. Let the banners hang, sigh, and move on from the confetti colorway that made you sick. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, one day it'll be your team's turn, unless you're a Kings fan. And when you're watching a familiar hero ingrain a night into your memory, we hope our account is the only asterisk you think of.